honorable members of Select Committee, I feel really privileged to appear before you. It is a great honor.
Point of order by Honorable Moses.
When you were speaking from there, we were having difficulties to hear you. And again, it's there, we were still experiencing the same. We were getting wet.
Okay, I'll speak loudly. I'm sorry. Your ears may be like mine. I'll try to speak loudly. Honorable select members, it's a great privilege to me to appear before you, particularly at my age. Last time I appeared in this matter of this kind was when we were handling Judicial Commission of Inquiry into Golden Bag. This was set up by the then President, Mwai Kibaki, and I had the honor and the privilege of being the lead counsel in that particular case. I thank the Honorable Member Wanani Wamboka for nominating me to appear for him in this matter. The matter you have before you is in some respects very substantially similar to the matter we had in Golden Park. Honorable members of the Select Committee, we have always had a problem in this country since we got independence. And the problem is of what I term, and some academicians term, portfolio corruption. Individuals who have been given portfolios and they are corrupt. The word corrupt here does not necessarily mean one taking money, but one not being responsible in his job or the job that he has been given by the president or by the state. This is the case we have in this before you today. What is important to look at is perception. Perception is important. Strictly speaking, in this case, one does not have to need evidence at all. It is a case that can be determined on perception. Honorable Linturi was given a high office of being Minister for Agriculture. If I may say so, this is perhaps the most powerful ministry in the government, which is supposed to take care of issues of poverty that we have in the country. He was responsible. He cannot turn around and say that I was not. He was responsible. And what I want to say to you, honorable members of Select Committee, you must not try to determine this case on the technicalities. If you do so, you will be letting down Kenyans. I appear in the courts. Courts have got their own limitations. They have to go strictly by the law of evidence. Fortunately, before you, the law of evidence is not be all. You are a quasi-judicial organ, and you are expected to look at this matter in a much broader manner than courts would do. Courts are technical, but you are not. You can decide to go a little bit, if not, look at the whole thing and see that is so and so guilty, according to perception. And that's why Wanana Wamboki, the one who was instructing me, brought this matter before you as the representatives of the people to look at the matter very, very broadly. There is a concept prevailing in academic circles or in books and so on called state capture. this country is under state capture because of corruption. And the corruption can only be minimized, can only be swept under the carpet if Parliament rises to the occasion. Courts may make a contribution, but they are controlled by technicalities, the law of evidence. This noble house is not controlled by technicalities at all. Let us go by perception. Let us look at the matter in this very broad manner and find out whether we can get a solution for the country. As politicians sometimes say, let us find out what Mama Mboga would say about this. And indeed, if you go and carry out a census to find out what Mama Mboga would say, Mama Mboga would say, Honorable Linturi should have resigned long time ago as a matter of principle. He should not continue to be a minister in charge of agriculture at all. I urge you very respectfully, let us move on with those few remarks. Let us move on as quickly as possible and go back to do some work. If I may borrow the words that my client has used. Mr. Linturi, you would have done us great honor by resigning. You would have set a big precedent, and you would have gone down in history as a big man. Thank you. I have my junior assistant, Lady Asha, who would like to say a few words. Please allow her to say something. Thank you.
We allow her because you still have some time.
Yeah, thank you very much. Again, may I say you have been very kind to me. I thank you sincerely.
Thank you, members of this honorable committee, colleagues, and mine is to say that today is an important day in this country. This committee will set a precedence for this nation. This committee, honorable committee, will set a precedence in this country. The matter before us is not about the CS individually, but it's a collective issue that touches each and every Kenyan. The minister, as per even his documents, has mandate before the law, and one of the functions of the CS, just to highlight, is to appoint board members of public institutions. It is important throughout this hearing we will also highlight how that was not done despite it being his mandate. As we continue with the hearing, you will realize from the bundle of documents that there is a Fertilizer and Foodstuff Act that is Cap 345. The minister has duties directly to appoint a board. Honorable members, I request that we look at this matter holistically and we do not tie down this matter to a witch hunt as has been alleged. The minister was responsible to appoint the board. The board, as you can see, we will tabulate that as per the Act, is mainly to do the job of procuring, distribution, but specifically the issue of subsidized fertilizer. The minute the CS did not do that mandate that Kenyans, their constitution and acts of parliament gave to him, he actually saved Kenya. He actually put Kenyans in the situation we are in. It is important to note that as a result of that, there are various violations that arose from that act that he did not commit. Mine is to request this honorable committee to look at the matters before you in a holistic manner. Remember, there are Kenyans who are affected by this. This is a matter of national interest, and I thank the committee because there were rulings also from the previous Speaker Marende on issues on public interest matters in terms of technicalities. Again, I would request that we not only limit ourselves to looking at things that do not touch the subject matter of fake fertilizer, because that is the reason we are basically here. It's not that the mover of the motion woke up one morning and said, I want to impeach the Honorable Mithika Linturi. The basis of this is that as a public interest matter, there are Kenyans out there who have the fake fertilizer, and it is in public knowledge. So today before you, we want to stipulate what the CS has done in regards to the issue of fake fertilizer and stipulate the gross misconduct, because we are guided by the Constitution. So I humbly request that this honorable committee does not look at it from one angle. The issue here, let's not have diversion in terms of the nitty-gritty, but more importantly, let us highlight the issue of fake fertilizer that makes a great impact to this nation, because it affects the socio-economic rights, which is also an inherent right in the Constitution of Kenya. There are farmers out there who have not been able to have their produce, who have not been able to plant, and that had ripple effect not only to the farmer and the family, but to the economy and food security. So I would wish the committee to consider this thing holistically and look at the aspects that it touches. It's not about a witch hunt, about the CS. As Kenyans, we want to come to the bottom of this, because food security is important to all of us. If there is food shortage, it affects all of us. Therefore, I request humbly and with humility that the committee gives us the time, just like they will give the Honorable Mithika Linturi time, to be able to table issues that touch the issue of fake fertilizer and the omission of the CS from his duties that resulted to what we are facing as a country. Thank you very much, honorable members.
Thank you.
My lady, I wholly adopt what my able-learned friend, Lady Asha, has said to you. And I reiterate very politely and very respectfully, let Honorable Linturi, Cabinet Secretary, go. He is not fit to continue to be in office.
Thank you, Senior Counsel. Honorable Wamboka.
Yeah, I still have some minutes.
Okay.